this is real. So this is why we need people to stay at home and stay off the roads so that our snow warriors can do their work and get home to their families safe as well.
And we begin 10 TV News at noon today with the breaking news this afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us here on 10 TV and our streaming app. I'm Tracy Townsend. Just about an hour ago, we heard that news conference with Mayor Andrew Ginther, who was reporting a Columbus truck driver, a dump truck driver, was hospitalized after he was T-boned by the driver of a private company, Plow. Here's what we can tell you about that. The driver of the dump truck was turning when a snowplow turned around it and hit it. That truck is now out of service. The driver is back home after getting some treatment at the hospital, and encouraging news here, expected to be okay. 10 TV News reporter Lacey Crisp was there at the news conference with the mayor, sharing that story and giving us an update. Lacey.
Well, Tracy, if you've been out on the roads, you know they're not great. The mayor says the snow warriors have been out since before the snow started flying. He says they are working on making them passable. Not perfect. He says there's a difference. Be patient, please. Now, Mayor Ginther says more than 80 trucks were out last night clearing the roads, even as the snow continued falling, and they had up to 100 trucks as of 7 a.m. Now, the mayor says nearly all of Priority 1 streets have been serviced. Again, this means a plow has made a pass or two. It does not mean perfect. The mayor says he wants the roads cleared as quickly as possible, which is why he approved $100,000 in emergency funding for help from private plows. But he says ultimately this historic storm, and he is asking for patience. I asked him when residents can expect their roads, those Priority 3 roads, to be plowed. When can they anticipate, for the most part, the plows getting out into the neighborhoods?
Well, again, as mentioned, the Priority 2 network is largely in the neighborhoods, and we have serviced 90% of that. So we are in the neighborhoods. As for getting to all of the P3s, it will be several days before we can ultimately get there. This is a major event. Again, these temperatures slow down the effectiveness of our service on our arterial roadways, which have to be the priority because of the volumes and speeds. We are slowly pushing into the Priority 3 streets this morning. We've done about, like I said, about 10% of them. We will continue to push on that, but again, it will be several days of 24/7 operations until we've really started to get ahead of the storm. It only quit snowing 12 hours ago.
Now, if you live in the city of Columbus, you may have got a message about trash pickup still planned for today. I asked Director Kelly Scacco about that, how they could get out to get your trash when most of those residential streets haven't been touched yet. And she explained to me there are 350,000 residents with trash pickup every collection day. She says they just can't get behind. So what they are doing is you might see 2 of those garbage trucks come through your neighborhood. One probably has a plow on it, and the other one is actually doing the trash pickup, so they can still, if you can get your garbage to the curb, they'll still pick it up. Reporting live, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
All right, Lacey, thank you for that. Here's a look now at the Columbus Warrior Watch map. This is where you can track the work of the plows in the city, and it shows the streets that have been serviced and how long ago. You can take a look at this map for yourself, find your address. We have this site linked to ours, 10tv.com, under featured links. Now, this is just into our newsroom. Within the past 5 minutes, Franklin County has moved down to level 2 snow emergency, joining a growing number of counties that are also moving from 3 to 2. Level 2 there in the orange. Again, Franklin County moving from level 2 to orange. You can see many counties are still in red, and that means, as we've been telling you, the roads are closed except to emergency personnel. The counties, again, that are in orange are at level 2. Only necessary travel is advised. And again, Franklin County now at level 2. Here's a live look at the roads this morning. As you can see, the snow still out there. Not too many people out driving right now. And so those who are out seem to be taking their time, as the conditions do warrant that. Matt Bruning from ODOT, the Ohio Department of Transportation, shared some stats from the past 24 hours. Crews in our state have covered 180,000 miles. That's 7 trips around the globe, or 16 round trips from New York to Los Angeles. Yeah, New York City to Los Angeles. Crews are continuing to work around the clock to get the roads cleared. And everybody wants you to keep in mind that salt begins to lose effectiveness at 20 degrees, and we are well below that. There is an important note to share with you. 34 plows were hit before the storm. Bruning says they've had several more plows hit during the storm, but doesn't yet have the official number. So we will keep in touch with him to get that information. Make sure you allow the plows to do their job safely as they are working to clean up. That means give them plenty of room, avoid tailgating and passing, and watch out for that snow plow cloud, the visible mass of snow sent airborne by the snow plow blade. And a reminder that a snowplow operator's field of vision is restricted. You may see them, but they don't always see you. Now, our 10 weather impact alert does continue today because while the snow has stopped, the temperatures have dropped. And Aaron White is in to take us through the rest of this alert.
Yeah, we got just so much going on here. We all feel that with all the heavy snowfall, and now we are talking about extreme cold coming through as we go through the next several days, as temperatures will be falling down below zero going into tonight, and wind chill factors are going to be even lower here during the overnight hours and really through the extended forecast. And the reason for that is because of just how much snow we got over the last 48 hours as we have all the snow on the ground. It's going to help to lock in these colder temperatures. So this is a look at the daily snowfall record we set in Columbus with 11.9 inches of snowfall. That breaks the previous record for January 25th in 1988 with 4.7 inches of snowfall. So a daily snowfall record for January 25th. Here's a look at the reports across the area with the big winner, Zanesville, 16.9. We had New Albany with 13 inches of snowfall, Delaware with 11, and London 11.5. So some heavy snowfall. And this is a look at the totals across the state as we had many locations picking up at least a foot of snow here in the last couple of days. But now, again, our attention turns to the bitter cold as we have an extreme cold warning in effect for tonight. I'll talk more about that in detail and look ahead to the 7-day forecast and Tracy, the potential for record low temperatures.
All right, thank you so much. The Central Ohio Transit Authority, COTA, says it's continuing to waive all fares through Tuesday. It's operating on its regular Monday schedule, though delays should be expected because of the road conditions. COTA Mainstream will provide life-critical trips only today, providing customers with special mobility needs access to medical appointments, food access, or trips to warming centers. COTA Plus is suspended today for South Columbus, Westerville, and Grove City locations. And because of the possible delays, here are a few things to keep in mind as you're trying to stay warm while you're waiting for transportation. You want to dress in layers so that you can be warm. You might be waiting again because it's going to take whoever's coming to pick you up some time. Wear brightly colored clothing. This does help the bus operator see you. Do not run toward a bus. It's still slick out there. You could slip and fall. And stand back from the curb as the bus approaches. This does ensure that the bus operator has enough time to come to a complete stop. Our 10 weather impact team continuing to track the cold for you this week. You can get the latest and hear from our team of meteorologists during the 10 weather impact show. We have a show at 1 this afternoon and 2 this afternoon, and that's over on 10 TV Plus.